What's going on, world? Who would have thought? Who would have friggin' thought that Kenya and Phaedra would finally be able to bury the hatchet? OM to the motherfucking G. I am Wesley from A Connection TV, the network, the one channel on YouTube where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And the Ask God is for this unbelievable, phenomenally good episode of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Why was it good? Because there was no fucking shade. Why was it good? Because it was not fucking messy. Why was it good? Because there was no fucking drama. There was actually mature females, and they finally went on a motherfucking trip and had a good ass time. Oh my God. It is possible. These women go on these fabulous, luxurious trips, and they always seem to manage to fuck it up by not being humble, by not acknowledging what the fuck they do have, by not thanking the Lord up above. But this time, they actually went on a fabulous, luxurious trip, and there was no drama. There was no aggravation. They actually were able to converse with one another and talk shit out. O-M to the G. I don't even really have anything to really say about this episode besides the fact that they tried to give us the Nene show, and Lord knows I'm not in it to win it for a Nene show, because her doing her thing in New York while the girls are having fun in the Philippines, I don't know. I'm just not here for it. Okay, I'm completely overjoyed at the fact that she is getting work and she's doing phenomenal and she's taking it very seriously. I'm elated for her. I was happy when they showed the flashback montage, whatever you want to call it, from back in the day when her face was ashy till now it's caked with makeup and her blonde wigs. Like, I love the transition. I really, really do. And the fact that she's able to realize where she came from is a beautiful thing. But I think sometimes she forgets where she came from. Or actually, I don't think she forgets. I think Nene has this air about her where it seems like a lot of things are beneath her now. Where back in the day where her and Kim was on the show, she's like, girl, I don't care about that shit. You know, she had a I don't care attitude. Now it's just, oh, I can't do flash dancers. Oh no. Nene, cut that out. Cut that out. If Nene does come back next season, I would love for her to sport black wigs. I would love it. I would love this blonde thing. It's just way too much. This is just way too much. Way too much. My thing is, I don't care like if women rock wigs or weaves, but I want to feel like it's, when I look at you, I want to know that it's possibly yours. If I look at you and I know that shit is a hat, I just be wanting to snatch them snapbacks off. Just snatch them off. Get rid of them New York Yankee fitteds. Like, But I will have to say that this season has been the best season of looks for the females. Every female has had a phenomenal look in their post-confessionals. Except for the time when Nene had... It be them snapbacks that be fucking Nene up. Oh my God. But every other female has had a phenomenal... Claudia in her post-confessionals, god damn. And Kenya in this episode's post-confessionals, god damn. These females be looking flawless in their post-confession. I don't know who they be having style them and do they makeup, but damn. God damn. But yeah, I could do without the Nene show. I'm happy she's getting work, but she needs to retire those gold wigs and put on a brown or a brunette or a black wig for me, just for my taste. I don't know if you can ass style with me on that. And then, you know, I love that. I mean, they rode these little ponies up to the volcano. That was cool. I kind of felt some sort of way. Well, I can't say I felt some sort of way, but it was awkward watching the people like walk up the volcano, walk up the hill or the mountain to the volcano, or whatever, and they're tagging along the females that are riding on the ponies. I just felt I just felt some sort of way about that, because I've been in countries where the native people don't look or dress remotely like you, okay, don't have anything like what you have, and all they would like is $1 or something like that, and they're willing to do any and everything for it. It gives me the shakes, you know what I'm saying? Because I think about my life and I'm like, my shit is nowhere near compared to what they have to go through. So it's like, I was just feeling some sort of way watching that, because I've been over the ocean and I've seen, you know. So I understood when they came back. Well, before I get there, they go up the volcano, they're having a good time. They're shooting they're hitting the golf ball into the lake or the ocean or whatever. It was a lake, the creek, whatever you want to call it. And it was amazing. Portia's Roger Rabbit bathing suit going up the volcano. Portia, go ahead. You love your body. It's a beautiful thing. But they're hitting each other on the butts. They're hitting each other on the butts. They're having a great time. It's just, I don't know. And I'm loving it. And then when they come down, you know, these people, the people in the Philippines are just people that are less fortunate than us. They always give us, well, they've always given me a story. And it's hard to listen to, and especially looking at them, you know. And so when Phaedra comes down, she says that, you know, this female is going through some situations, so forth and so on, and she wants to help. And she gives her some money. I don't know how much she gave her, but any money given to a person in those types of environments is a beautiful thing, because it's just, that money could go a long way if she used it for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? But, gotta sneeze, guys. Excuse me. But I thought that was awesome that Phaedra was able to do that. Somebody I was watching the show with was like, oh, they probably scripted that for the show. But I hope not, you know, because Phaedra gives off this air that she's a God-fearing woman, and I just hope not. But anyways, that was just awesome to watch. And then they get back, they get back to the Shangri-La, which is a beautiful hotel. And then they go walking through the market, seeing these exotic fruits and stuff. And I'm just looking at all this shit that they're picking up and looking at. I'm like, where did they grow that at? Who wants that? Where are the apples? Where are the oranges? Where are the bananas? Where are the regular looking grapes? I'm not here for all this. I don't need to try that. No, I don't need to try all that. But it was cool. They were having fun, and they were trying it and eating it, and, you know, and Phaedra was like, I'll try anything twice. I'm like, oh, okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I wonder how, never mind. Let me not go there. And so they get back to Shangri-La, and they finally have, Kenya and Phaedra finally have this talk or whatever. Now, I'm going to tell y'all like this. Both these girls have done some crazy shit in their reign of Roa. But in this conversation, I love the fact that Kenya started it off by giving Phaedra the floor and saying, I will allow, you can say whatever you want to say, not I will allow, but you can say whatever you want to say, get whatever you have to get off your chest, and I'll sit here and listen, because you've never had the opportunity to just sit and talk. I thought that that was the most mature thing that Kenya has ever done on this show. And then Phaedra drinks her water. She's like, give me a second, you know, I gotta gather my thoughts. And then she just goes into talking. And Phaedra gave a realistic response as a married woman at the time, or still married. And I couldn't do anything but applaud her. Kenya, started to go downhill a little bit because she just kept wanting Phaedra to apologize for what Phaedra did to her, not even acknowledging the wrong that she had played a part in this whole menagerie. It was all like, your husband lied, your husband lied, your husband lied, your husband lied, your husband lied. I did nothing wrong, nothing wrong. I need you to understand that it was terrible. You called me all sorts of whores, but I did nothing wrong to you. I was just like, okay, Kenya, is this where this is going? But Phaedra still kept it together, and she was like, you know, I do apologize sincerely. And when she said that, I was like, wow, amazing. And they were showing the clips back and forth. I was like, wow, amazing. And, you know, even with Phaedra apologizing, you know, Kenya's still crying and shit. She's like, no, but I want you to understand that I didn't do anything, and I want you to believe that I didn't do anything, and I want you to believe it and say it and mean it because I didn't do anything. Okay, Kenya, okay. That's what I'm thinking. But at the same time, I'm still happy at the fact that they're having this conversation. And, you know, Phaedra starts to break down. And she's just like, you just have to understand, I can't go back. I can't. I had to be a wife. But now, you know, things have changed. And, you know, I want to wipe the slate clean and all. I'm like, wow. Now I'm talking about put on your big roll-up panty drawers. Yes, Kenya and Phaedra. Put on your big panty drawers. I loved it. I loved this particular episode. It was amazing. Then when they came back to the girls, they, you know, Candy was trying to figure out what was going on, and neither one of them said anything. And, you know, Phaedra was like, well, you should have been there if you really want to know. I was like, okay, that's hot. That's hot. And they come back laughing and kiki-kikiing, and, you know, then they have their final dinner, and, you know, they've acknowledged that Nene is not here, and that's the reason for them having a great time. There was no shade, there was no cattiness, there was no fights, there was nothing. Candy admitted it. She said if Nene was here, Portia and Phaedra would have just been riding on Nene, and then there would have been problems. And that is so true. That is so true. And then they take these group pictures and everything. It was beautiful. But I don't like the next episode because when we get back to it, it seems like Claudia, although she's cool with everyone, still wants to, you know, kind of with Nene. And I'm just like, from Zen to Sen, like, what are we doing? Like, I think it's going backwards, Claudia. It's going backwards. Yeah, you're cool with everyone else, but if the big elephant in the room is still in the room, don't try to poke at it. It really, because it's not going to resolve anything. I think you meet anger and negativity with positivity. You don't meet it. Negative and negative is not going to make a positive. It's just going to be negative. So at the end of the day, I just don't agree with how Claudia was trying to, especially if they're at this charity event or whatever it is that they were doing in the kitchen or whatever. It's just too much. Because Nene is going to feel like she's being attacked and she's not going to give a little. But anyways, what did you guys think about this particular episode? I thought it was the best of the season. I am Wesley from AK Nation TV. Hopefully you were able to ask God with me. Deuces!